on? How y'all doing? What you all right over there?
Nah, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Just kind of rushing, man. So my son played fall baseball. So, man, you know how it be sometimes. You want to just be in the stands watching, but you end up coaching. So, let me tell y'all what I found myself doing. I don't know what I was thinking. So we out there, the kids, they ain't paying attention, listening. So I got them running, and I'm like, if y'all beat me, y'all can stop running. So, Didi, now you know we old now. I ain't gonna dunk nothing. And I get out here and I'm and then they was like, hey man, you better stretch the hands.
Listen, because you will pull that thing so fast.
I forgot because it's baseball, so I'm running around the bases. So it's not a straight line either. I gotta pivot. Right. So yeah. Mm-hmm. I had to show him. I don't know what I was thinking. I shouldn't have showed him. I was like, I'm gonna have to show y'all the young bucks. But
right.
And so I was trying to shower, hurry up, get in here, and that's why you know how that is when you take that shower and you're kind of sweating a little bit. Yeah, because I had to get dressed. I typically don't get dressed after the shower. I gotta cool off. But anyway, I'm here.
Well, welcome. How you been, Drena?
Good. How y'all been?
Tired. It's only Tuesday.
It is only Tuesday.
It's only Tuesday. Oh my God, it's crazy.
Right.
But we got a good show tonight, and I want to jump on in it because we got a panel tonight. I'm so excited to hear from our guests coming on. So I'm gonna go ahead and introduce the Breaking Berries podcast. For those who are not familiar with us, who have not joined us before, welcome. If you are watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, like, share. Let us know what you think about the podcast. Hey, Courtney. But I will introduce my amazing co-host first before we start this show and get into our amazing topics. I will start off with the man on here sweating, Mr. Adrian Taylor, a.k.a.
Mr. GC.
A.k.a.
Hey, man, I still got it poppy, baby. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. We have our Southern Belle, Miss Drena, a.k.a.
Drena Dreen.
A.k.a.
Drena finds out.
Yes, you need to know something. She's going to find out for you, okay?
Oh, man, she done found out something else that we don't know about you?
Listen,
no. And then we have our host she always got the most going on, Miss Didi, Miss A.K.A.
The Core Queen.
A.K.A.
I'm here, y'all. I'm here. By thread, I'm here. I did a podcast last night. Shout out to the Hear Me Out podcast. My boy T Springs, comedian. I'm gonna shout him out. He got a show this weekend in Charlotte, North Carolina with Ryan Davis. If you're not familiar with comedian Ryan Davis, so y'all at the Comedy Zone in Charlotte. That's my boy. He keep having me on this show, and I appreciate the love. We had a ball last night, so shout out to Hear Me Out podcast. Go check them out. All right, y'all. We're gonna get into these trending topics of the week. So. First of all, the biggest trending topic, in my opinion, is our girl CoCo Gauff. She won the U.S. Open, 19 years old. Shout out.
Yes.
Hey man, good job. I was happy. Congratulations. Nice win for her. And like you said, she only 19, so that's excellent.
Yeah.
I hope she builds from that, and I hope to, see her more in the future because. Let's be clear, man. When we see some color out there on that tennis court, it just make us watch because otherwise I ain't watching.
We ain't watching.
So, you know what I'm saying? I'm actually in it, and I'll be in it. Like I'm watching her like, let's go.
Right.
Yeah, big ups. And
they showed the video of her watching when Serena won when she was a little girl, when CoCo was a little girl. That was so cool to see the full circle of her actually being in the stands and then being on the court. That was like so good.
I didn't see that. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah.
There was one part of that match where they went like 40 hits like back to back. Like it was very, very, very intense. Like for 40 hits,
it was going back and forth. It was like, I don't know how y'all find yourself watching golf, but I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
Like that,
But yeah, nah. Yeah, they was doing their thing. She was going it.
All right. And then the best time of the year, football is back. Did y'all watch any football this weekend?
Of course.
I did.
I watched a few games actually. So of course I watched the Eagles game, Eagles and the Patriots, the Ravens and the Texans, Cowboys and the Giants.
Listen,
Yeah, watch that one. Woo! Well, that wasn't much to watch, right?
man.
And the Jets and the Bills. I watched.
Oh my God. Look, I didn't get to watch that, but I was on a podcast last night. When we got done, we turned the game on. We was like, oh man, it's over. Aaron Rodgers hurt. Then I kind of
Right.
like, they won.
So I have been watching because I really wanted to see what the commentators said about, their favorite quarterbacks. And, that's Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Herbert. Because, they all, these the best, them the three best after Patrick Mahomes. And they all, Herbert didn't play that bad, but Joe Burrow and Josh Allen stunk it up big time. Like, super big time. And I was wondering if they was gonna clown him, but of course they didn't, But clearly Stephon Diggs knew something that we didn't, because Josh Allen, he said he didn't like the direction of the offense, and clearly that was horrible. So maybe he was on to something.
I'm gonna need there to be a mercy rule in the NFL, because watching that Dallas and Giants game, I'm like, Dallas, is y'all gonna do? I mean, Giants, y'all gonna do anything? Like anything, something, a little bit, just
And they was calling your boy Pennies, Daniel Pennies. He don't walk to the bank. They done finessed y'all out of 160 mil because he can't do nothing out here. But that was horrible. That was so disappointing to watch that game.
Yeah. And then my Eagles, that was painful. I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah, offensively, I know the weather was bad, but still, offensively, just defense looked good for the Eagles, but offensively, they just was not together.
And, this is our first time playing a game. They didn't play no preseason games at all.
Right.
None of the starters. So I'm like, y'all better go. And we lost our offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator from last year. But y'all gonna have to get it together, because that was unacceptable. If they would have lost, I would have drove the field and whooped their ass. Okay.
I want to see if the Jets gonna pick up a veteran quarterback, since Aaron Rodgers is out for the year. That's crazy. That's crazy. Bring him in to be kind of the savior of the team. He played 4 snaps.
That's a wrap. He 40.
He 40. Yeah, he and you got money like that, and you 40. I don't see how you come back from Achilles tear.
No. Them young dudes be having a hard time coming back from that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how you come back from that. So, hey man, go on, hang it up. It's all good, brother. Wish you the best.
All right, y'all. We about to get into our one icebreaker topic, and I thought this was a funny topic because I think we feel like we all grew up in the same house. For Black people, like we all got the same thing. So I just want to go. I want to hear what some of the crazy superstitions that were handed down in your family, like that they just believe, like you better not.
Don't put your purse on the floor.
Yeah, that was one. Yeah. Like,
walking barefoot, you get a cold. I don't know if y'all had that one.
Or have the lights on when it's raining outside.
Oh yeah. Turn all that. Go lay down.
It's raining outside. If it's raining bad, turn all the lights off. Cut the TV off.
And sit still, be quiet.
Right. You like. What?
Y'all, Vaughn, don't sweep over my feet.
Of course, we all know the New Year's, eat black-eyed peas and collard greens and all that.
And they still in the project, still broke, luck still there.
What else?
Oh yeah, that's what Vaughn. That is a good one. The first person that come in my house on New Year's got to be a black man. Yup, my grandma used to say the same thing.
I didn't hear that until a few years ago.
Yeah, I never heard that one.
I didn't hear that till like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and my best friend was like, "Make sure a man walk through your house first, and he got to have some money in his pocket." And I was like, "I've never heard this before."
My grandma was adamant about that. And washing your clothes before the New Year. Don't bring no dirty clothes into the New Year. You gotta wash everything.
Okay.
Weird stuff. Nobody thought to think like, yo, y'all, we still broken and unlucky. Vaughn said she got stuck outside because my mama wouldn't let me in.
Dang, mom wasn't playing.
Oh, yeah, don't split the poles.
Oh yeah,
Right. Don't step on cracks. Don't split the pole. Don't step on cracks.
Yeah. If you dream, well, I believe this to be true, but I don't know. If you dream about fish, somebody pregnant.
Yeah.
Sometimes somebody was pregnant.
Your palm inching.
You getting some money.
Don't
money. Scratch it because it's gonna go away.
Right. Don't scratch it.
Get out of here. Come here. You want to be on the podcast? Come here, my son. Come on, because you won't come here and bother me with these fake tattoos on. Bend down so they can see you. Why? Stop.
Yeah, one of my shoulders.
Boy, get out of here. Get out.
They feel like a grown man with these on.
You look like a grown man without a tattoo, so you just big. Yeah, I can't think of no more. I think that's.
Oh yeah, your ears. Yeah. I always heard if your ears are burning, somebody talking about you.
Yeah.
No, I think I heard something else with the eye jumping. Somebody talking about you. No, I think I had something else with the eye jumping, twitching. I can't remember.
You got a bump on your tongue. Yep, you lied about something. Yep. Dang, Bob, you grew up in my house.
Yep. That one was big. What you been lying about? Lying about.
Yeah.
Bump on your tongue.
I'm trying to think. Was there anything else?
We weren't even allowed to say line. We had to say telling stories.
Yep. You had to say telling a tale, telling a story.
You couldn't say shut up.
You couldn't say line. You couldn't say shut up. You had to say be quiet.
Mm-hmm. If you don't say God bless you, God bless him or her after you compliment, you are going to eat. Huh? Okay, that's in Puerto Rican. I don't know about.
If you don't say God bless him, her after you compliment, I'm guessing compliment them, you are giving the evil eye.
Oh, so it's like you being shady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you look nice today. God bless you.
I don't know.
But you don't say the God bless you part.
Oh, okay. Oh, don't wear white after Labor Day.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I ever followed that one.
Yeah, that actually came from rich white people from back in the day. If y'all don't know the story behind that, that was
I did know the story.
Yeah, it was a status thing where if you wore white after Labor Day, they deemed you as poor because the white people put their white stuff up for the winter.
So in New Orleans, they have dirty linen, like at the end of around this time of year, and instead of like an all white party, but everybody wears like creams and all that. So I guess that ties into it.
Yep.
But okay. I learned it from Cereal Mom.
You know what, Drena? Oh my God.
Baby, that white lady scared me. I was like, I ain't never gonna do that.
No, that damn lady, that mom on Mommy Dearest with them wire hangers.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Look, but I'm trying to wait for our last guest to get here, but he said he's about to log in now. So I can start introducing our special guests so we can get into our good juicy topics.
Well, if you want one more, we can
go ahead.
We can talk about the strawberry letter. Real quick. We can touch that one before we introduce them then, since you
yeah.
So, it's been a bad week for radio shows.
Right.
Between you and the Breakfast Club, it's crazy.
So did y'all hear what she said and when she was recorded? So I heard it.
Tell the guests, they may not have heard it.
So Steve Harvey's co-host, not sure if y'all watched the listen to the Steve Harvey morning show. But the lady that reads the strawberry letter, she was talking to her, estranged husband who is in jail, been in jail for about a year. Well, they recorded a conversation that she had about Steve Harvey to him. And she said, she really said things about Marjorie more than, she didn't really say anything about Steve. It was more or less like basically Steve being scared of Marjorie run him, Marjorie run the house, that type of thing. And she basically feels like Marjorie's the reason why maybe they're not as close as they used to be. And so so at first I listened to it and I really had to go back and think about it.
Wait, but she also said that Marjorie treats them like the help.
Yeah, she treats them like the help. So clearly there's a conversation that Steve and her probably need to have. That I'm pretty sure she probably never told Steve that. So that's a conversation that they need to have. But I had to think about it in the context of, have you ever said something, that probably wasn't pleasing? It wasn't that bad, but you haven't had that chance to have that conversation, or you haven't told that person or had that conversation with them. But then, believing, because like, this is your significant other. I don't think what she said should be an issue of them being able to come back, or, kind of squashing it and kind of talking through it. It's kind of hard because of what she said about the significant other, but I still think it's a conversation that can be had, because it's one thing if she would have said like, man, I don't really rock. I mean, I work with Steve, but I don't really rock with him like that. That's something that to me, you can't come back. You know what I mean? It's like, because we've all been like, you might be, dang, Adrian got on my nerves today. What he said, that was crazy. But that's not, I mean, we all get on each other's nerves, right? But now, if you was like telling the ops, man, I don't really rock with Adrian like that. I don't even know why I talk to him. And then you hear something like that, to me, that's like hard to come back from, right? But you're saying like, man, Adrian said something that really got on my nerves today.
And I think the bigger conversation is, because I believe that Shirley Strawberry and Steve Harvey are very close. He
right.
actually walked her down the aisle for her wedding.
Right. And clearly she come to the house, right? Which she mentions that, like being at Steve's house, like, oh, I couldn't do this because Marjorie don't let us, and that's where the whole help thing comes in. She treats us like the help.
I think the bigger conversation should be, Shirley, why didn't you feel comfortable enough to tell Steve that?
Right.
Like, I don't understand. I'm like, I'm glad Marjorie here, because if she was here, we wouldn't be able to get the tour. Like, I would get in a door where something like that.
Tour, yeah. She treats us like the help, so I hope it doesn't hinder their relationship. I hope it's a conversation that they can have to kind of clear it up and get better. But I know with some people, man, especially when you're making money, it'd be hard for some people to kind of let stuff go, and get over the hump of that.
Woe said, how did the private conversation become public? Because they were on a jail phone. And somebody
ain't nothing private in jail.
They came to them though, because they were saying like, that's not anything about a crime. So why would somebody leaked that? So
somebody leaked it. And that's another thing. I don't know how, if that's an issue, because of course we know if they was talking about a crime, right? You definitely can leak that because you're talking about a crime and things that happen. But we know people have conversations all the time, and those never get leaked. Yeah. So it's like, why did this get leaked? Because it wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't really that serious. So how did it get leaked, and why did it get leaked?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we know Steve been in the news lately for situations with his wife, right? So I don't know, man. Somebody trying to get Steve up out of here. I don't know. That's
got too much money, too much influence. Courtney, I agree. It would have been different if Shirley went on like a show and was talking junk about them.
Right. That's different.
Yeah.
But it just kind of seemed more of like a little frustration in a conversation that she hadn't had with Steve, and just kind of talking to her significant other about it, which I don't think, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, she didn't say nothing about Steve for real. Clearly, there's a disconnect between her and Marjorie, but she don't work with Marjorie, so.
Right. Yeah, somebody definitely got paid for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hopefully they can bounce back and clear it up. And
right.
We have a panel of guests that are waiting to come on and talk. They tell us what they got going on, and y'all done gave me a dissertation for these introductions. So y'all pray for me when I read all this stuff. I will start with the ladies first. Her name is Miss Tori Bishop. She is a native of Pensacola, Florida, and has lived on the coast since 1999. She's worked in advertising sales for over 20 years and is the current advertising manager for Lamar Airports in Biloxi Gulfport. She is the mother of 4 beautiful children, a current board member of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Chamber Board. She loves to plan events and attend them, and she loves deep, good conversations. Y'all welcome Miss Tori Bishop. Hey, Tori.
Hey.
Hey.
Welcome. We got another Gulf Coastian.
Hey.
All right, I'm gonna go with my buddy Mr. Fred Malloy next because his is nice, short, sweet, to the point, and I love it. His name is Fred Malloy. He is the creator of Bro Let's Golf. He's the co-owner of Mark X 11 Clothing, and he is a 20-plus year IT professional. He's a genius, y'all. Don't let him fool y'all. Mr. Frederick Malloy. Hey, Fred.
Hey, what up? You too modest, man. Up, everybody.
Now y'all get ready for this novel I'm about to read, okay? Hold on, let me drink some water before I read. Hold on. Y'all think I'm joking. Mr. Daniel Breeze. He is an accomplished professional with 25 plus years of experience leading personnel and optimizing resources involving domestic and international programs. He has served in various positions of increasing responsibility within various U.S. government agencies, departments, and private sector companies. He is a veteran of the armed forces, having served 11 years in the U.S. Air Force, aim high. He has a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, several associate's degrees, and multiple certifications in the fields of law enforcement and security. He is the father of a teenage son from a previous marriage, dedicated partner to the woman he loves, okay, and brother to family, some by blood and some by choice. His hobbies include practicing martial arts, non-competitive shooting, reading, writing poetry, working out, and traveling internationally, as much as his bank account will allow. Y'all, welcome Daniel Breeze.
Welcome.
Hey, I appreciate the love. Look, somebody asked me for a bio. I gave him a bio.
Definitely Air Force. He's definitely Air Force, ladies and gentlemen.
I appreciate y'all having me. Thank you much.
We are so happy to have y'all. We're excited to hear about y'all experiences. We're gonna get to our first topic, y'all. Here we go. Hold on, let me get my life together over here. That dissertation took me out a little bit. I'm sorry. All right, first question. Are there rules when arguing with your significant other? We're gonna start with you, Tori. You go first.
Oh, we're gonna start with me.
Yeah.
I do. I think there are rules of engagement when arguing with your significant other. One is respect. 2 is listening. Because I think oftentimes arguments are miscommunications. And so, if you're in your emotions and you're not listening to the other person, y'all are going to stay disconnected. So it's really important to just take a break, get out of your feelings and really hear what that person is trying to communicate to you. So I would say that's probably my 2 rules.
Okay. What about you, Fred?
Definitely. So my outlook is always, if we're gonna have a conversation, let's have a conversation for resolution. Let's just not argue or have conflict that's just ongoing. Like, we're having a conversation so we can get to the core of the problem, so that it may not go away that very day, but at least things will start to settle. And just no frivolous name calling. That's my rules of it. I don't like to do the yelling thing in. You won't get it from me.
Man, somebody kids cutting up.
Right.
I've been telling mine to shut up.
I thought it was just me.
I'm like, it's going down.
I put my computer on mute, like, hush.
Right. What in the world? Okay. What about you, Breeze?
The old adage, all is fair in love and war, can sometimes apply. So I say it like this. If it's a relationship that you want to continue, then yeah, there should be some ground rules as far as engagement. just because that hurt that you cause with your words can be long lasting and it can disrupt what you had. But I will also caveat that with saying it depends on your partner. If y'all have the type of relationship where you can give both barrels, no holds barred, then that's what you operate on. So it's definitely not a one size fits all type of situation. You got to be in tune with the person that you're dealing with. Me personally, yes, there's got to be some ground rules because where you take it is where I may go with you. And so if we go on that journey, I'd say we're gonna be logical. We go to crazy town. So we're gonna have a logical conversation, and we got to keep it 100, make some sense, use some points. Cool. If we go to crazy town where bears ride unicorns into combat, then hey, we can go.
So
it's not my preference, but that's what you put me.
So breathe. You sound like you want all the smoke.
Hey, if it comes to that,
he be over there cooking.
my partner understands that if she takes me somewhere, we're invited and we go in there, right? Because you took me on this trip, I didn't ask to come, but we here now.
Oh my God, Breeze is not playing with y'all.
Hey, don't give me no first class tickets nowhere. You asked me if I want to go.
Oh my God, Drena, what you think?
Never go below the belt. Don't go for the jugular. And I hate arguing. I don't like confrontation. So if I say I need a break, I just gotta walk away. We can come back to it, but I can't go at it for too long. So that's mine.
Adrian?
Yeah, I definitely think there's rules because I don't care what you say. If you say something to me crazy, like I don't forget it, and I'm not gonna take it as we was in battle and you said some things below the belt. Like, nah, you said what you meant, and I'm gonna take it personal because that's what I'm gonna do. I don't play them games. I'm not gonna say something to hurt your feelings, just to say it. Like, no. I mean, if I say something that hurts your feelings, I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings when I said it. I was just telling you the truth. And I think there's a way that we say things, right? But no, I don't talk to me crazy because I'm not going to talk to you crazy. Let's just have a discussion. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't have that type of discussion, let's take a 5, 10, whatever we need to, and then come back. But I have a rule. Don't say nothing that you don't mean. Because if you say something that you don't mean, I'm going to take it as you meant it. And you ain't going to be able to come back from it. So.
Yeah, my take on arguments is, can we please argue about the issue? Once you start going for personal attacks, then I'm done with it. Like, because I'm trying to figure out how we get here. This how you really been feeling, because we supposed to be talking about the issue, not how you feel about me. Because why you ain't telling me that before the issue came up? So I have a problem with that. Like, people aren't mature enough to have an actual conversation or argument about what we're arguing about. Because now to me, I feel like you're losing, so you're going on attack mode. And now all bets are off and you just going for whatever. Everything below the belt, everything is disrespectful, is attacking me. And then it's, I was mad or I was stressed. And now, I didn't mean it. No, because everything I say, I mean it. So I'm not going to say anything unless I actually mean it. So if I said it and it was mean, I meant that shit. I meant it. So you can't tell me you ain't mean it because I don't process stuff like that because I said it on purpose. So ain't no. Adrian, you a Libra, right?
Right.
Yeah, we operate like that.
If I said it, I meant it. That's why I say, like, don't say it and you don't mean it, because I'm gonna take it as you meant it.
Yeah.
You always take that second. You always take that 1 second to think before you say it. I'm the same way. If I said what I said, I meant exactly what came out of my mouth. I'm not taking it back.
No.
Yeah, that's it. And I think most men are better with that pause part, because I ain't pausing shit. I'm saying what the hell I got to say because you done pissed me off, and I said the shit, and now here we are. And I done gave you a ticket, the flight. Come on the plane with me now, Breeze. Let's go.
See,
so I will say, depending on your partner's communication style. So I'm a bit of a smart ass. I'm a bit of a joker. So I may say something that got half energy to it, just to kind of get across the messaging. So, if I said it, I might have meant half of it type situation. But once again, that comes with, knowing your partner in play, right? Because if, you ask me questions and we arguing back and forth, I'm like, yeah, that's what that dress didn't fit right. Hey, I love you. But I'm just saying, you started it. See, you got me in my emotions. See, all right, I apologize. I'm sorry.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Now, how we get to the dresser? We talking about the food.
I'm just saying. Hey,
that's what I'm talking about.
Love and War. See, did I start with Love and War?
He likes smoke.
He
was talking about somebody dressed like for real, and I'm gonna come back and say something for real.
That's what below the belt. See, that's where belt actually comes into play.
Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, y'all. We're gonna go to our next topic here. What are things that women do that they think is a turn on, but it's actually a turn off for men? I'm gonna start with you, Bree.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh yes, in this one.
So I will say, so I'm gonna give y'all some of my game now. Don't steal it now. So I always tell my missus, I say, hey, there's 4 things for me, right? Feed me, make love to me, entertain me, and let me rest. And some of those can be done at the same time. Use your imagination, right? So when you operate, women operate outside of the bounds a lot of times of those 4 things, which are the basic core for most men. I'm gonna say 85, 95% of us. So when you think you're doing my love language via your love language, it's not gonna work out, right? So perfect example from a woman's perspective versus what she thinks for a man. I have about 52 bottles of cologne. I'm done with cologne. I don't need no more cologne. I'm good. If you tell me I feel bad, there's other ways to tell me that. Just tell me go take a shower. But I'm good. So that gift giving portion of your love languages oftentimes is operated from a woman's perspective of what she thinks her man will enjoy. When to be honest with you, most men are just like, ask me what I want and get me what I tell you I want, and we're good.
Yeah.
I ain't misinterpreting. I'm not making it up. Ain't no analogy. Yes, I want a steak for that day and that occasion. Appreciate you. Give me a steak, cook it, serve it to me. I'm happy.
But we know you want a pork chop for real, though.
So that's my piece.
What'd you say, Fred?
So for me, it was mine is more the superficial stuff, like the overly the very long eyelashes, the lace fronts where you see the lace across the front.
Yeah.
You know, the huge bottoms. I like natural. That's not really a huge turn on to me. Like, even, like like the one thing they always be like, hey, do you want me to get in lingerie? Me personally, naked is sexier to me. So certain things just don't grab me like that. So I like the moment so much to where just the more or less that superficial stuff I cannot go along with. That's why that's my whole thing.
So you want your gift without the wrapping paper?
Absolutely.
Don't buy him no bag. He good.
Listen,
Right.
you can cover it up with a t-shirt, but don't wrap the bottom.
You just want to be straight to it.
Yes. What you say, Tori? What do you think women think is a turn on, but maybe you've heard it?
I'm a woman. I don't know. I have.
You never heard what men say? They don't think is.
I mean, I would say what I've heard from men is they appreciate more authenticity. I think a lot of times women try too hard. I've heard friends say that they've gone to the grocery store looking a hot mess, and they'll meet somebody and they feel like they look a hot mess, but the men feel like they're beautiful because they're in their natural form, So I think sometimes we can do too much. We just doing too much. Just be yourself.
Yeah. I've definitely heard that before.
I think that's true though. I think when women get the wigs and the lace fronts, whatever, the extensions, all that, I feel like they doing all of that for themselves because most men don't really care for it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like most men, if you ask most men, they're gonna tell you that they don't prefer that. You know what I mean? women don't tend to listen. And that's the reason why it's like, man, I came in, I got on some jogging pants, you know what I'm saying? A t-shirt, and I come to the grocery store and these dudes is telling me I'm beautiful. Like, I'm basic today. No, you beautiful because you're beautiful in your natural state.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this, I do think, you know, in this era of social media and, you know, when you have younger women that are, and shoot, women my age too, they're looking at what men respond to on social media and what men respond to, you know, just in general. They have that pressure to look a certain way because the women that they see men responding to got a lace front on, got some nails like, you know, out to here, got the eyelashes like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's like there is some contradiction there.
But they're not like taking them seriously. They're just liking it or sleeping with it. They're not wifing
But
it.
see, they don't see it that way. You know, what they see is they're getting that shine.
But you will really be surprised the conversation that guys actually have. Like when it's a group of guys just having a conversation, it's the total opposite of what you think it really is. What we actually like, y'all will be completely floored. All of that other stuff, we'll look at it. But at home, notice at home is always something totally different than what you see them talking to in the streets.
And Tori, they half naked. They doing all that half naked too.
And the men that are liking the quality of men that are liking these posts too. They ain't really saying much. Because most of the men that are of quality ain't on social media anyway. Fred, how often you check?
I know one turn off. I definitely want to hit on this one is, you know, the women that give buns for holidays, right? So, and that's the gift. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna need my fan for this episode.
Rules for holidays. What?
So, meaning for your birthday, you ain't got no gift. Your buns is the gift. You know, for Christmas, your buns is the gift. For Valentine's Day, your buns is the gift. Like your buns is the gift.
Gotcha.
So no, we want a gift and the buns. You know what I'm saying?
You say you get short
and the buns.
Debbie, this for you, Debbie. You listening?
And the buns. It's a package deal. A package deal.
Mom said gave him the same treatment from yesterday. Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
Look
at the comment.
I'm just saying.
Oh my God. Yeah. But I think, Fred, you hit it. I've heard that the most from men who hate the lashes, hate the wigs, hate the fake everything. Like they hate all the fake stuff, period. Like they don't want any of it. The majority of men say the same thing.
I think the issue, there's a perception because if you go on social media, everyone that has the most followers and everything, that's how they look. But people don't realize that what you see on social media is maybe like what? 1% of the population, 2% of the population, but it seems like that it's a large population. So in reality, people are reacting to it because that's the only thing that is there. Mm-hmm. But like I said, if you go amongst a bunch of guys, they don't like it.
Or if you just look at the people around you that you know that are with men, look at what those people look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll add to the artifice piece, too much makeup. I don't know what makeup tutorial women watch that got a foundation, got a base layer, got an eye, got a cheek, got a forehead, got a temple underneath your neck, your nostrils. It's too much. I've seen beautiful women become ugly because of too much makeup. Yeah. So you think you're trying to get to some level of Kim K, a combination of Rihanna, and you just come out looking like Bozo. It's too much. I can't put you on my pillows now. I can't kiss you. A different color. It's too much. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, Breeze is choosing violence today. You hear me?
He on it.
Actually, I just heard a podcaster today talking about that. So he's been talking to a girl for a month, and today was the first day he saw her without makeup.
Don't even know what she looked like.
He was like, I didn't recognize her. She looked sick. to clutch my
No,
proverbial
it's people like that though. I don't know about y'all. It's people that I know that, you know, the first time I seen them without makeup, I'm like, you all right? Like, 'cause they look almost half dead because they just look so pale and lifeless. It's like, you okay?
This is the very reason when I do photo shoots and when I do film, I'm like, only thing you doing to me is eyes. That's it. Don't put no makeup on my face. I don't care what it's gonna look like. I better have a good camera because I'm not doing it. You won't have me people outside. I didn't even know that was you.
Yo,
No,
I see so many people. I'm like, yeah, Adrian, you know I gotta go back and look. Like, I ain't tripping. Like, yo, I swear to God, I done seen people in the gym, you know, because you if y'all in the gym, you know the gym work can be super small in your area. And so of course y'all typically see each other in the gym, you follow each other, and you might not have seen them for a couple months. So you like, oh, they cut and they must be getting in good shape. And then you run into them in the gym, you gotta pull the phone and go back to the IG, like
just lies and deception.
There is a reason why the makeup industry is a billions and billions of dollars. They have sold women a bag of goods. You think you're doing something to turn a man on, and it's not the thing.
That's a shame. Lord, ladies, y'all gotta do better. Well, some people got like if they don't, they ain't gonna get what they looking for. So they gotta do something.
He gonna see it at some point in time.
right.
If he stick around long enough, he gonna see the real you. Just go ahead and give it to him.
Oh man.
I've seen some people that I've seen kids, man. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Oh, I was like, what happened?
I lost my train of thought because I'm trying not to kill you, boy.
Courtney, you ain't lying. Them angles be serious on them selfies. But ooh, they had that deep angle. It make you like get that flat stomach. Ooh, we playing.
Yeah, they be catfishing for real.
Hey man, a lot of times they don't be angles. They done reduced by 6 inches. You know, added and took 6 inches for the waist, added 6 inches to the butt, and you like,
you gotta come
in person, and you like, you gut it up. Like, hold up now, your picture. This ain't you killing these dudes. I'm here. You okay?
Come in the house one way, go in the bathroom, take a shower, come out a whole different person. I feel like I can call the police.
Right.
And it's the same with the filters. Like they won't even take a picture or video, nothing without a filter. I'm like,
but ain't nobody saying nothing about these men with the little
these men is doing it too.
With the fake
hairline, the long beard.
Oh no.
We still know what that brother's face looks like.
We only
when you file your police report, you can still give a description.
We can talk about that too.
Yeah, get on.
We can talk about the grip down the face. We can talk about it.
I see some dudes with some filters on when they be recording too. I just saw Tyrese with a filter on.
Did y'all hear what Breeze just said? Breeze, I need you to repeat that. Breeze, what'd you say?
Oh no, I was saying, look, a brother looked the same. I said you can still give a police report. You can still describe him. Just had an artist drawing with less hair. It don't matter. It's the same person. For a woman, you gotta have. I think she was half Asian, Eskimo, Indian, German mix. I don't know what it was. She had different eyes. She had red hair. I don't know what's going on. But she was black, I think.
You don't know. You put your eyes. You don't know what she is, right? But I have
these social media women who were like getting jumped on for like coloration, right? Where they tone so dark their makeup and their tan that they're trying to present themselves as black women or women of color, right? So it's not just a unheard of thing, right? This is the thing because our culture is so popular right now. You have these $1 million women who are just trying to morph over. So once again, you think it's a turn on, it's artifice. You're just faking it.
Look, this is hilarious, y'all. I'm sorry. Oh.
Nah, hats are in.
Meanwhile, they still getting paid, Kardashians.
Right.
Yeah.
And they some straight culture vultures.
Yes, indeed.
Y'all get catfished in this day and age is your fault. I'm just saying.
Facts.
I need you to take your hat off look, I need you to move around on camera. We video chat, and I need to see. I want the person to move. Like you.
Now for the ladies, I'm not trying to say like we going to an event. You know what I'm saying? We got to go to a ball. You know, it's a cabaret or something. I got it. You know, that's the time to get all pretty fancied up, little extra makeup. You know, we understand the occasion, but we going to Popeyes. What are you doing? Why? Why you got four shirts on at Denny's?
Man, what's up?
Oh my god!
You don't even want to give him a
You
hug.
live with me? Why are you four different people?
You don't want to
I
give him a
know who you
hug.
are.
They hug you. They put their head on your shoulder.
No, bro, you can't touch him. It's like what happened.
That is terrible. I would hate to have to live like that.
I couldn't do it.
That's terrible. Listen, I don't even see like you gotta be watching what you touch. Like when you got all that on, I ain't got time for all that.
Right.
It's too much work. It's too much work.
Mm.
Well, y'all, I have a video for our next topic.
Uh-oh.
So, and this topic got the men. I didn't expect the men to act this way in the comments when I posted this video. I was shocked. Here it goes.
My husband told me on our second date, because I'm like telling him about the alpha males that pursue me and they come after me and why aren't you doing that? And a strong woman like me would respond to a strong man. And he looked at me with a very calm face. He said, I'm a masculine man. I'm not an alpha male. He said, alpha males are hunters, but they're not keepers. He said, I'm a keeper. He said, but masculine men will always stand behind. Tom is a masculine man. Masculine men will always stand behind alpha men who are always talking and toting and bravadoing. He goes, and we'll just wait for them to run out of gas. He said, but we don't ever try to get in front of them. It's not our personality. He said, but we're the ones that's always there for you when you're crying. We're the ones that's always going to support you through your hard time. But we're also the ones you're always going to step over to get to the alpha male. He said, because television polarizes and displays and honors the alpha male. He goes, and I have nothing against them. He said, but there's a whole group of beautiful men called masculine men. And we're not aggressive. And we're not bravado. And we're not going to billy club you over the head and drag you back to the cave. That's not our personality. But we will just be there for you.
Fred, what you got?
I agree. Because so it's almost like the what is it? The nice guy finished last kind of situation. Mm-hmm. To where because you're nice doesn't mean you're not masculine. And that's the whole issue. Because most of the alpha males, quote unquote, they got Napoleon complex. That's their issue. Everything they do, they gotta have their chest poked out and yell about it, stomp their feet, rah, 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 rah. But at the same time, as a man, just standing on your word, do what you're supposed to do. You don't, because if you notice, most alpha males, they speak strongly. Everything got to be spoken with a vengeance. That doesn't make you so much say a higher tier of a person. So in my eyes, I kind of agree with what the guy was talking about, but at the same time, the guy that she's talking about, that's the player too. He's a slow walker. I'm gonna let the alpha male yell and scream. I'm gonna lay back. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna let you mess up. Then I'm gonna scoop right on up and have her under my arm and treat her right. That's how it works.
It reminds me of you. Go ahead, Breeze.
All right, we're gonna keep it a buck. Right? That's cap. That's bullshit.
Oh Lord.
But I not concur. But let me be more precise, right? Nobody's feelings, right? So you cannot have a world of alpha men because who would follow? So I get the logic. Everybody can't be an alpha. As far as being a masculine man, yes, you can be a masculine man. You can be respectful. You don't got to be loud and brash. You can just be who you are, playing the cut. I'm with that too. It was more the description of what an alpha male, quote unquote, is supposed to be that I have a problem with, right? Okay. Because I use the alpha description nature knows what a lion is, and it doesn't know its name, right? The monkey don't know what the lion's name. They don't know to call it a lion. They just know that thing over there is dangerous. I'm not gonna mess with it. So all alphas don't have to be loud and brash. They can just be, right? Now, if you're not that, cool. Play your lane. To the comment about the player side of it, where, you know, hey, I scoop you up, I get it. But in the long run, you're dealing with an alpha secondaries. Because whether he messed up and let it go, or whether he didn't want it, that's kind of where that plays out. And I don't like that perspective either, right? It's not the fact that the masculine man is playing secondary to alphas, right? We're individuals, we're men who are, I'm a straight heterosexual male. I'm not going to comment and throw everybody in the same bunch. My point is, for a man who claims to be a man, you don't have to denigrate an alpha male to make a masculine male seem more pertinent, right? As men, we all have our importance. So that's where the cap and the beat bullshit comes in for me, right? It's more like clickbait, right? It's a title. So I'm gonna call myself an alpha to get the looks and the likes, and I'm gonna denigrate the alpha to get the looks and the likes. You know who you are, and you know what you are. If you don't fit one of those categories, I got it. But there's no reason to drag anyone, masculine men or alpha men, through that conversation, right? Her point was, the fact is that her man is there for her. That should have been more the description provided versus and if he said it, that's what he said. So that's my take on it, though, right?
What you got, Adrian?
So yeah, I'm kind of like Breeze. The only thing that I have is her description of what an alpha is, and I don't really agree with that, because when I listened to what she said, right, basically what she described was, let's use terms that's relevant, right? A rapper, we know, boastful, out there, bragging, talking reckless, crazy, and it's like, but we really worried about the people that's standing behind him more than we worried about the rapper. You know what I'm saying? If the rapper was by himself, ain't nobody scared to run up on him. But it's them dudes, them big boys that's standing behind him, that's gonna have you like, yeah, I'm gonna just walk on over in this direction. And to me, that's what she was basically saying. Like, I'm that dude that's in the cut. Like, I ain't loud, I ain't boastful, but I'm here. I ain't no punk. But I don't really think an alpha is a punk. You know what I'm saying? And how she just kind of broke that down and explained it. I think that, yeah, I'm not. I can't really say that, because it's like,
she made the alpha seem like
an alpha is a boastful, bragging, braggadocious, kind of like, I'm loud, I'm in your face. And I don't think alpha men, when I think of an alpha male, I don't think of a braggadocious, in your face, like always pumping his chest, like making himself be known. I don't see alpha men like that.
That's what lions do, though. If you're going to use the lion analogy, they be out there hollering, you know, I mean, that's what they do. So if you're going to say, you know, and the lion is alpha, they do.
But do they? All the time? I mean, yeah, they do sometimes, because that's just, they trying to get the attention sometimes. But at the same time, you see lions walking around, and if you know, you know. If you know, you know. They can just walk through. You know, you know. Not all of them are like that.
It's a logic that applies for females too. If a woman is artificed up, wig up, dress up, clothes, cleavage out, she peacocking. So what? She an alpha female? She got to no. That's just part of it. But that's not the only way in which a woman can present herself as strong. So once again, it's the typecasting of what an alpha male is that I had the biggest problem with.
I think also the biggest issue is that right now the word alpha male is like a buzzword. So a lot of these men are labeling themselves as alpha males. And I think you can be both. You can be an alpha male and a masculine man at the same time. I don't think there is one versus the other one. You can be both, because if an alpha male is just my presence and a masculine man is who I am and what I do, then I think they probably go together. But I think the biggest disconnect is that right now, all these talking heads on social media, with the buzzword being alpha male, everybody thinks that's what they are, because like now they're putting their own definition behind it. And that's where you get I think I wanted to put Woe's definition back up on the screen, where he was like, that's not an alpha man, it's the description of a fuckboy. Yeah. It's the loudest one in the room. They're usually the least dangerous. And they actually have to tell people that they're alpha male. Like he said, when you walk in the room, people know you're an alpha male. You don't have to say nothing. You command that attention. They just know that you're the natural leader. People gravitate towards you, and everybody know who in charge. You ain't got to say it. But I think the bravado of like how she was describing it, that's somebody's personality. I don't think that's like the definition of an alpha male. That's just who they are, how they are. But come beat your chest.
You see it.
Beat the chest, baby. Beat it. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that ain't sexy.
Alpha men are masculine men.
It is not.
Please, Billy Club me. No, I'm joking. I'm just joking. All right, y'all. We're gonna go to our question of the week. Adrian, I think I saw some buzz on this one a little bit.
Yeah, I did. I ain't even comment.
Why do men feel so unappreciated? Because I believe we asked this question and then the women answer and we're like, we just had this conversation. So why do y'all think men feel unappreciated? Fred, I'm gonna start with you, Breeze, because you like you
why'd you do that?
I want you to go first. You with your bag.
You know, I was just having this conversation with someone not too long ago, a couple days maybe ago. I think it's because, and I can only speak from my viewpoint, my perspective, right? I do so much to be the rock for my family and my loved ones, right? Upon which our generational wealth, education, ideas, concepts can be built up on. So I'm a workhorse, right? I ain't no show pony, right? I'm here to get it done. I give as much as I can to my partner. I pay attention to wants, likes, desires, needs, etc. So it's almost like I'm putting the bar so high. I don't necessarily need you to jump to meet it. All I need is acknowledgement, right, of the effort that got put into it, right? So when things are squared, things are taken care of. It's a pat on the back for most men. That'll be enough. It's a thank you, baby, kiss on the cheek. We're good. Women, you need flowers. You need the anniversary dates, the holidays, the Valentine's, the everything. Y'all need it big. I go back to most men need 4 things. So for the most men who are taking care of their business now, we ain't talking about no punks, we ain't talking about no suckers. Men who take care of their home and their business, bills, car maintenance, yard maintenance, whatever need to be, kids support, etc. Right? We're not getting that pat on the back, and it's not because we expect the world to give it to us. We know the world don't give a shit about us. It's about home giving us that acknowledgement, right? Just a thank you. Now, I come up in a gentlemanly way, meaning that, hey, I open doors, I cook, I clean, I do laundry. These are things that I expect myself to take care of. But the same way that a woman would want to be acknowledged for doing things that supposedly fit into her gender-specific role, men are the same. We don't need as much, but we need some. And so that's when we get to that unappreciated point, because when a man is taking care of business, it becomes a norm. Yep. What happens with norms, people get complacent, meaning that you forget to say thank you. You forget how much effort it took for that to get done. If I'm working overtime to buy you your bag for your birthday or for Christmas, you forget that extra effort I put into that. It just becomes he takes care of business, and that's what I'm used to. So you want to see that dynamic change real quick, slip up. Don't do something. You're going to hear all about it. So there's an adage, right? There's a math class in school. Kids are doing multiplication. None of the answers are correct. One of the answers is wrong. The teacher goes, what's wrong with this equation? The kids go, that one, teacher, you messed that one up. You messed that one up. You messed that one up. So they don't pay attention to the 9 things that they got right. It's the one thing they got wrong. And that's kind of where men fall. We can get it all right till we go wrong. And then that's what you're going to jump on. So we need to be pat on the back, pat on the head, rubbed on the butt when we doing what we're supposed to be doing. Same way we're going to do for you, because that's a good relationship. And we can keep it moving.
The generalized nature of the question, or the stereotypical nature of the question, kind of, I guess, lends to answering it in a stereotypical way, because all women, and I just saw somebody comment that all women don't need those things. Everybody's love language is different. You know, some people like gifts. That is their love language. It makes them feel special. That's not mine. I mean, I like it, but that's not something that I require. I feel like, you know, quality time and conversation are things that I appreciate more. And I would say that making someone feel appreciated goes both ways, you know, in a relationship. So you have to be giving that appreciation and respect, and that woman will give that back to you if you're dealing with the right person. And if you are feeling unappreciated, then that's something that, you know, y'all need to have a conversation about. But I just don't think all women, you know, can be judged or put under an umbrella, just like we don't want to put men under an umbrella of behavior either.
Right. Mr. J said unappreciated for the sensitive man. He's saying y'all sensitive.
He talking about y'all cry. It's bad to cry, right?
First y'all alpha, now y'all sensitive.
Nah, that man's single. That man is a alpha male. I guarantee you.
He one of them ones that say he an alpha male. He got a t-shirt.
Yeah. Nope.
What you think?
Nah, I'm like him. I mean, for real. For real, like, so I'm gonna speak on like real situation. Sometimes when you raise the bar very high, it become an expectation. Not realizing that you ever hear women say, "This guy has potential, but he's here." I know people and that are at the ceiling. The woman they're with no longer really appreciates it. It's like he needs to do another dog and pony show. She expects these things all the time, not realizing that if you leave this man, 50% of that stuff goes away. So I mean, it's the small things. Just a thank you. Like I said, a hug. Like just say, "Hey, I appreciate you. I see what you're doing." That's all that's how I read that question. Not really like, you know, that every man just going unappreciated.
Because we just had this conversation.
You see Mr. J in the comments? He on it.
I told you.
He on it.
Yo, he's sitting right there by himself on the computer.
Eat some corn chips, typing.
Oh my God.
What I got to do with this? I ain't even saying
it. Right, right. Right.
You
But
know what you did, Adrian.
Well, Drena, what you think about the men feeling?
So I saw the post, like the original post before Adrian made this the question of the week, and I'll take when I was looking at it, I said, this person, like y'all said, he's been that rock for his family, he's been that provider for years and years and years. And I think maybe you do get used to somebody doing that. And I think that in the beginning, like you gotta let your partner know, hey, you know, I need to feel appreciated. I don't feel appreciated. Like I'm providing all these things and I don't ever get a thank you. I don't ever get like, you know, I don't ever get anything. And I think that's how it leads up to a man feeling unappreciated. Like it's gone on for so long, but it's because you've been that provider, you've been that rock, you've done everything that you thought that a man was supposed to be for his family, but never. And I don't know if it's because, like, yeah, people should just give you, like, show appreciation because it's the right thing to do. But sometimes people feel like if a man doesn't show his emotions or talk about his feelings, then it doesn't matter to him. So I don't know if it's maybe those feelings need to be voiced like more openly. I don't know if it's the person that you choose to do those things for. I'm not sure what it is, because yeah, I do see it. I see it with men happening where they've been that provider, they've done everything by the book, everything they were supposed to do, giving their family everything they didn't have growing up, you know, being that provider, and it seems like they always feel unappreciated. So I don't know if they aren't in the beginning, like nipping it in the bud or making it known then. I'm not sure what it is, but yeah.
So Drena, so this is my thing, right? With me voicing it, okay. Now it turns into a fake thank you because I had to bring it up. I had to bring it up. That's like somebody sending you a text. How many times someone send you a text and you send an LOL back and you never smile?
I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you, but
on the flip side, why are you asking your mate to be a psychic? Like, how are they gonna know what you need if you're not communicating that? You know,
you do communicate, but at the same time, so when you walk through a door, right? It doesn't matter what store, restaurant you go through, right? If a man holds the door for you, do you say thank you?
I do.
Yes.
That's my point. You automatically say thank you, right? That's acknowledging that somebody did something good for you. So it's the same thing. Even so, that means that you've gotten bored with your mate doing all of these things for you, so you no longer appreciate it, or it seems unappreciated.
I think it's the partner that they're choosing, because I think you have some people who aren't going to be like that. Like you just said, they have examples of men who have held the door open for women, and the women just walk by them like, "What you want me to say?" But or like you have some women who'll be like, "I don't need you to open the door for me," like, say crazy stuff. So I really just think it's the person, and nobody wants to think about, oh, I've put 5, 6, 7 years into this, and I've been doing everything I need to do, and then like, oh, well, maybe this person's just a bitch. I don't know, but it's like
some people are just people that take everyone for granted, not just their men. In general, they take people for granted. If somebody takes me out to eat, and they pay, I'm gonna say thank you at the end of the meal because I appreciate them. They didn't have to do that, but everybody is not that way. I mean, I think when a man opens the door for you, it makes you feel special. Every man doesn't. I've walked through a door and had somebody, let the door slam in my face. So, I mean, for real, I'd be like, dang, okay. But I think it's depends on the person's personality and if they do appreciate things.
Yeah, no, that's true.
What say you, Adrian?
I think men feel unappreciated because I think it's the same way where women feel unappreciated. I think the men that do the most tend to get taken for granted, just like the women that do the most tend to get taken for granted, right? It becomes an expectation. You know what I'm saying? When somebody's been giving you their all, there's just an expectation for them to do it. You don't look at it as something that's abnormal, so to speak, or something that you're blessed. Some people, right? And so you have these people that's consistently doing and doing and doing, and then they realize, like, I don't know if you really appreciate what I'm doing because you're not really showing me in the way that I feel that you should, that you appreciate the things that I do, because what I'm doing isn't normal. I'm overachieving. So a lot of guys just want to have that recognition, or, and it's not typically a lot. It's like, hey, babe, I see what you're doing. Yeah, I like that. That shit's sexy. Yeah. It could be something just that simple. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you going crazy. It's just that acknowledgement of like, you go, boy. I see you. And that's it.
Yeah, I think y'all all had some good points, but I think one of the major things is, number one, picking the right partner. Because sometimes we pick for the wrong reason, and then we can't figure out why they don't appreciate us because
they some trash.
Yes. Yeah. It's like, well, you led with money, you led with ass, and here we are.
There you go.
Ain't gonna be much appreciation around here. So, and then also, we actually had this conversation last night on the podcast I was on, and the guy called in and actually asked a similar question. He asked, if I pay all the bills, I take care of everything, like she don't gotta work or nothing, but I still come home and she arguing about stuff. Like, what am I supposed to do? I said, that doesn't mean that she feels validated because you pay all the bills. You're not speaking her love language. You are forcing her to be accepting of something that you're giving her out of obligation, and that's not what she needs. She may already have money. That may not be something that she required. Like, she might want a hug, and you come home every day talking about, I done paid the bills. The bitch crying in the bathroom.
Hey, she might need to buy an international translator. Hell with your love language. You better say thank you.
It's not about saying thank you. If somebody is arguing with you constantly, you're not hearing them. It is something that's happening that's not being heard. It's just because women are more vocal about what they need and men aren't, doesn't change the fact that we don't feel appreciated in the same way. So I think like you really have to learn your partner. And one of the major things, especially for Black people, is we got to stop fucking our way into relationships. We don't have no conversations. We just end up in one.
Preach.
So we don't know no love languages. We don't know nothing about appreciating nothing. We just ended up here and trying to figure out how did we get here.
You didn't start what the old folks say, put the cart before the horse.
Yeah. So now we're working backwards.
I don't think men are doing things for validation. I think they just want to be appreciated. That's just like if a woman cooks a meal, you still want to hear thank you, like that was good or something. So I don't think it has anything with them wanting validation.
Some people do need validation. Some people grew up in a house where they did not feel validated. So now they're in a relationship where they're seeking that validation from somebody. They need to hear it. They need to know that you value them. So it depends on their childhood. Like some stuff is deep rooted and it's not because of you. It's because of stuff they haven't figured out or they haven't worked out. So, but if you're not having those conversations, which most of us don't, you're gonna be in for a long haul.
And a lot of people pick up on that whenever people do need validation. They pick up on it and the like narcissistic trait of like withholding that validation. Like, I know you want me to say this and I'm not going to because I want to get under your skin. I want to get a rise out of you.
Mr. J, you okay? You need a hug, sir? Because I think you need a hug. He seems a little...
And a drink.
It isn't just your other men overall are underappreciated. I think men, I'm not a man, but I hear them all the time say how unappreciated they are. I hear it all the time. But I also think if you actually think about these things, y'all, for real, men in their 20s don't care about shit but sex. They don't care about anything but sex. For the most part, all they want to do is have sex. And the value in that is what? Nothing. So then when they get into their 30s and now they're like, shit, I need something valuable. Ain't really much value out there because you done ran through all these women and now you want women to be at your beck and call when y'all done ran through all of them. So now you got to sift through, try to find some really good ones that appreciate y'all. And it's slim to none. It's some rare diamonds in there that's going to come out and appreciate you for more than just your money or what you can do for them. You're going to find a few, but if she ain't been riding with you for a while, you're going to be skeptical of her.
They just be in their 20s trying to perfect their technique. That's what that is.
The thrust, the hip thrust. Like, men have to really take a little bit of accountability for what they have placed a lot of value in, and now they can't understand why women think this thing is so valuable. Because you've been telling me for 15 years that this is all you want. Of course I think it's valuable. What you bring to the table? This? You ain't want nothing else before. Why you want more now? I mean, what was I supposed to bring? I mean, I'm just saying, that's a thought process. Not saying this is me, just saying. But that's how they think. That's why women think, oh, he slept with me. He likes me. No, ma'am.
Right. This was good enough. Now it's not. What you mean?
What you mean? Ain't got a whole stroll for nothing. But we appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
we appreciate the men. We love y'all.
Yes, we do.
Every time I see a black man, I'll be like, oh, child.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I tell my son all the time, he is 13. I tell my son, I said, listen, you are the most valuable person or entity on the planet. Every person, whether it's man, woman, Asian, everybody want a black man. You are the most sought after person on the planet.
Hey man, say that one more time, because I don't know if they heard you.
The men didn't say it back though. We just said we appreciate you, and y'all was quiet and said.
No, I said thank you. I said thank you.
I'm just saying.
Y'all didn't say we appreciate you too. See what I'm saying?
We talking about men. What's the problem? We talk about men.
I wanted it to be about y'all, so I was cool.
Thank you. And thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And she let her get it out of her mouth first. We before we reciprocate, let her get it out. You know what I'm saying? We gonna come back. But I wanted her to, make sure that she harped on those points.
Yeah, I tell them, I literally do. I tell them all the time. I'm like, from your seed that you carry, protect it. That is something that people are dying for. You can't get it at the sperm bank because it's so valuable. So don't just give it away. Make sure you protect it and you pick your wife on purpose.
Cue Angie Stone, Black Brother, right now.
I done gave all I can give. It's over with for me. So.
Adrian. he done turned the faucet off on y'all.
Hey man, I done cut the faucet off on him. You hear me?
Oh my God, I can't. All right, y'all, let's go to the next topic. You are crazy. All right, so the title of today's show is Divorced and Back in the Dating Pool. So for my panelists, I would like to know, how much has the dating world changed since the last time you were single? Is it better or worse? Fred.
Worse.
Damn.
Apps are whack. You can't. You look like a creep now if you approach a woman. She's looking at you like, why are you talking to me? You can't just introduce yourself. It has to be a dog and pony show. Everything has to be compared to what Drake did for somebody. Oh. It's hard. I mean, you really kind of have to, like the lady said, where you got the alpha male and the guy sitting in the back. You kind of have to have that approach because the dude that they see on Instagram, they think they can have him. Where the pool used to be your location, where your city you was in, that was your options. Now you see Drake, you see somebody that lives in Africa somewhere, you think that's an option for you. So they want to make you work harder for it. Or then you got Mr. What's the best word for him? Mr. Knowledge himself that's on YouTube saying, look here, my sisters, know your worth. Take care of yourself. Don't let these men say these things. Come on, yo. They playing game like your man. What's your man name?
Don't do it. Don't say his name. He's from Baltimore, bro. You can't say his name.
The one that did all that line. Who?
Derek Jackson, man.
Yeah.
Man.
We don't discuss him.
Between him and Steve Harvey, they made it even worse. Then both of them turn out to be liars. It's like if things can just go back to where you can just be yourself, just meet you. If we vibe, we vibe. We do, we don't, we don't. It is. So the pool is kind of crazy. And then then the baggage that these women carry. I'm not saying everybody, but it's a lot of them carrying a lot of baggage from their next relationship. They don't take enough time to heal themselves and be ready for the person that they meet that's probably a good person for them because they run them off. So
I want you to keep elaborating because as you guys know, and I'm pretty sure I can speak from it, this is something that we don't typically hear. We don't typically hear the male perspective when it comes to dating and how it's tough, right? It's typically from a woman like, oh, it's pee in the pool. Oh, it's horrible. But women don't hear men saying like, no, it's hard out here for me too. So I want you to continue. I want you to talk a little bit more. I'm just saying, because you know what I'm saying? Because when I say that I have friends or I know guys that say some of these same sentiments, it's like, oh man, it's like, he's single, he got his stuff together. Oh, he can have who he wants. He must be gay, or he must be this, he must be that. It's never like, no, I've been out here and the stuff I come across is trash too. Because they feel like it's just so many great women out here, and it is, but it's hard for men to find them good women too sometimes.
Yeah,
I don't know. I want to feel empathy.
See, here we go. She ain't gonna let him. You ain't gonna let the man talk and get his side.
I feel empathy, but the numbers, the ratio of men to women is so much more in your favor.
Just because it's quantity does not mean it's quality.
Right. That's the problem. You got quality versus quantity, right? It's a lot of quality. The quantity is high. It's easier right now to have sex versus having an actual relationship.
Okay, but have you I would say quantify your quality. What do you want? You know, so I'm recently divorced. I was divorced last year. I'm back in a dating pool. I was married 13 years. Um, I I mean, I've done, dated, but I've been spending a lot more time working on myself and trying to figure out, how to have a healthy relationship next time, and developing what I really want next time in a relationship. Um, some people say you attract what you are. I mean, I'm just saying a lot of the materials that I'm studying right now, that's what they say. The energy you give off is the energy that you attract.
Sometimes you are light and you attract things because you're a light. So people want to come into your light as well. So they'll try to suck that from you.
But
so-
why would you let them stay there?
But you
I
also
wanna
have
say-
No, I'm just saying
Let
what
me
you
say
attract.
this
I'm
too.
not saying what you
Yeah.
keep, it's what you attract.
Let me comment on what you just said, right? I'm hearing what you just said. And I'm looking at you, I'm hearing you. You sound like a great person. You seem like a cool person. But also in what I just heard you say as well, too, is I'm not ready. I'm realizing I'm not ready. And a lot of times women are great, good, but they're not ready. And it's until you start dating them that you don't find out that, like, this is a great person, but she's not ready for what I bring to the table. And I think that happens sometimes because everybody that's a good person doesn't mean they ready to date. And I think that sometimes we have to look ourselves in the mirror on that piece as well, too. Just because you're a good person does not mean you're ready to be in the life with somebody else.
And see, I disagree. I mean, I would say at this point, I am ready, but I'm a work in progress. I'm more, really, aren't we all? Have you arrived? Do you know everything about yourself?
I'm not going to say that, but I definitely arrived. I knew when I was ready. I definitely knew because I'm an intentional person. So I knew when I was ready and I made it happen.
I can speak for myself. I truly knew when I was ready. Like, I honestly and truly told a lot of girls, like, nah, I can't give you what you want. That was my term. I said, I can't give you what you want. I kept it all the way 100 with them. So when I decided to jump in there, I made sure that I could be there physically, mentally, and spiritually for you. So even, I guess, one of the things you have to look out for are the chameleons, right? You are the ones that are retrofit themselves into your life. But I will say you'll have that one little red flag that you think is not going to bother you, but it'll end up being the thing that'll break you up later.
Mm-hmm.
So even so, I actually commend you for what you said you're doing with yourself. It's so many women that need to do that. I call it the mirror talk, where you go and talk to yourself in the mirror and really look at yourself and say, what did I do wrong? What am I doing wrong? How can I fix myself? A lot of women don't want to do that because they want to be right all the time. The guy always did it. So what you're doing, that's huge. Which meaning when you meet your person, they got a diamond in the rough. But we all know how rare diamonds are. So, you can't really compare yourself to the masses. Just say, just say thank God for who I am because you're a diamond. So that's the best way to approach it. But in terms of what's out there, man, garbage.
It says garbage. Golly.
As far as for dating, how it's changed since divorce, I guess the biggest thing from a man's perspective was just a need to try to play safe and play games and we honestly tell lies, right? No need for none of that, right? Because you go through a marriage with someone for however many years, etc. And in a relationship, a lot of times you do a lot of compromising. If you're trying to have a good relationship, a lot of watching what you say about feelings, etc. And then as you grow and you develop and you go through that inferno of divorce, separation, all that, you come out the other side. And so one of the things that I tried to do was make an intentional decision with regards to how I was going to present myself. So whether I was ready for a long-term situation, whether I was ready for a short-term situation, what I was looking for was some of the things that was absolutely present in communications, right? So that way, if you chose to stay whoever you be, then you understood what it was. There was no lack of clarity. There was never. I was always very cautious about the person being able to come back to me and say, "Well, you're different. You didn't tell me who you were." Right? Very honest and very open, and that's the thing. Right now, the world is going through this whole. It's kind of a mix, right? Because the apps are whack, but the apps aren't really about establishing those type of relationships. Yeah, it can happen over the internet, things like that. But the biggest thing that's changed is the fact that just that organic meeting of people, right? Now we have so much internet, so much connection. I can talk to somebody 3,000 miles away. What happened to you going around your local coffee shops, your local bookstore, where your pub, your bar, where you hung out, and that's where you saw or met somebody, right? Now you meet somebody on a business trip, you begin a long-term situation. So for sure, the ability to reach others is probably the most significant thing that has changed in the modern dating world. On top of that, it's just the hookup culture that's present right now, right? It's about so when it was about body count, I said, how in the hell do we ever get to a point where it's body count? Now, for men, keep it 100. Younger dudes, that was a thing, right? We just smashing it going. To be honest with you, a lot of men could have told you their body count 20, 30 years ago. Now, it's like they're keeping count. And then flip that on his head, the women are doing body count. So, before masculine environment, patriarchy, call it what you want to call it, there was an expectation that the body count was not going to be as high. But with women's liberation, the way everybody moving right now, that's not the expectation. Women is free. Women is, I can be what I want to be. I can be a big dick energy, big pussy, whatever it is, it's out there. So women are acting like men, right? And because of that, men are retroactively starting to get more sensitive and feminize themselves, right? Because of the way things are going. So as far as the change in the dynamic, that's an ultimate shift, right? We ain't talking about socioeconomics and none of that other stuff. It's just how we're presenting ourselves. It's cool to wear skinny jeans now. I come from a generation. Hey, there was a question mark behind your name. You came around some skinny jeans, bro. That ain't how it worked. But that's stylish, right? So it's not. It's old dudes doing it, young dudes doing it. It don't matter. So just the narrative by which we present ourselves for modern dating culture, hugest shift that I think any of us has seen. For sure, definitely 10,000 years different from our grandparents. But maybe 100 times different from our parents. Some of us have parents that grew up in the sexual liberation 60s, 70s. They did some wild stuff. So when they got to comment on what's happening nowadays, it's insane. The over sexualization of young folks, the LG alphabet soup transition of things. It's just really changing the narrative. The landscape of dating has completely changed, right? When you go somewhere and you got to make sure that person you're looking at is the same designation as their birth certificate, it's scary. I'm just saying.
For us,
and that's men or women. That's men. Hey, women. Hey, don't sleep. That dude you're talking to might have been Jill, now Jack.
For real.
Right.
I just saw a video the other day. I was like, dang. Yeah.
Pull it out.
A lot of stuff that he's talking about, what I hear is trauma. And I would say that, being single now, I move different. The questions I ask are different. I ask about how you grew up, your relationship with your parents. Have you been through trauma? Have you addressed that trauma? Because I think a lot of times people bring their past experiences in relationships into their relationship, and it becomes toxic behavior because that's what they saw growing up as love. Their parents cussing each other out. I don't want to do that with my mate. I'm big on therapy. A lot of people, and I would say in our culture, are like, especially men, don't want to deal with that. I find it very attractive when I can talk to a man that's like, yeah, I've dealt with some trauma and I've been to therapy, or I'm open to going to therapy, because that means that, you want to have a healthy approach to your relationship. So that's what I mean when I say working on myself is I don't want to bring baggage. I don't want to be the bag lady in the relationship. So, you know, a lot of times that takes doing the work yourself, but then I do move different in terms of what I'm looking for in that person too. Have you done your work? Because I'm doing mine, you know, but I'm 48 now too, you know, so I'm older and wiser.
This guy.
What do you say now?
Once I get their real name, I'll pull them up on the internet and check their arrest record, if any.
So if
I've
you
never
gotta
done
do that, that's a red flag, brother.
I've never done that in life.
That's a whole red flag.
No. Hey, I'm gonna give Mr. Jason credit on this one. I'm gonna hold him up. So coming from my background, if you did not know, just wherever you live, state, county, you can throw somebody's information in case search. Find out they got bankruptcies. Find out they didn't sue somebody, getting sued by somebody. I'm not above and beyond it, and I think we lose track. You don't know who you think. You don't know that person, and it could be months. It could be potentially years before we know that person. To her credit, she's asking questions. Now we can take that a step further and go, what are the questions you're asking, right? And for women, especially for women, your safety is the utmost importance. The most dangerous thing to a woman, it ain't a car accident, it ain't a gun, it ain't COVID. It's a man. So, and as much as I counsel and advise women, I advise men the same way. Get to know who it is you're really talking to, and if you to Mr. J's credit, if you find something that conflicts with what you've been told, that's a decision point for you. You can bring it to that person, or you can move on to the left. So I'm not gonna knock his hustle on that one. That's actually a good recommendation.
First of all, the first red flag in the comment was once I get their real name.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
Hey, but Pookie ain't in no more.
Hey, man. I don't know who he dating.
That's what I'm saying.
But
Like,
that's a red flag.
a big red flag. Like,
how long did it take me to get the real name, sir?
Hey, just call me Slim.
Peaches.
I'm from Chuckalisa.
Right. Child. All right, y'all. I'm about to play another video for our next topic. I think Adrian, you might have sent me this one. Let's see what y'all think about this this conversation.
Cooking and cleaning. I'm just gonna keep it a bean with y'all. We was cooking and cleaning before we met y'all. We had to make ourselves a meal and we had to clean up the house before y'all got there. Meaning that's not the things that we only and mostly need you to help for. You know what I mean? And women don't understand that a lot of time. They think
that's the foundation.
They think bringing that to the table makes them valuable. I promise you, sex, cleaning, cooking, that shit don't make you valuable with men.
We appreciate it.
We appreciate it. I said, but make the value.
But that's not the make or break for most guys.
At all.
It ain't. It's how you support us emotionally.
Being his peace.
Being that peace. Those things are the most important things for guys. We living in a time where we all know I know how to cook my own and do it. Not do. Is it appreciated when it's done for me? Absolutely.
Right.
But I know how to do that myself. I want you to give me something that sometimes I might not be able to give myself.
Correct. That's what it's supposed to be.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that support and that believing, believe in me, that type of emotional support.
It's exchange of strength and weaknesses.
Yep. Exchange of strengths and weaknesses. Yep. Build each other up.
Breeze, what you think?
Hey, it's a good clip. 100% on point. Only thing I can add lib to it is it goes back to that whole unappreciated type factor for men. I just think that we hear the narrative so much with regards to what a man is looking for or what you bring to the table. I hate that question. To me, that's a dumbass question. You got to ask the question, why are you there in the first place? But I think the point of it is not to necessarily have to ask the question, but the answer should be presented forward in the courtship phase, in the representation phase, and definitely the relationship phase. So men and women can cook, can clean, and can make money. But the complementation that you find in a relationship is even more than love language, so to speak, right? Because from that perspective, I tell for me, like I'm the idea guy, right? I got a $1 million idea every day I wake up. But I have a partner who's like, yeah, baby, that's not. It sounds cool, but it's not gonna work out. So that's that balance of helping me be realistic and understanding, but never challenging my thought process to be visionary, to be inspirational, right? And that's a support situation. So it definitely goes into to not just validation, but into setting a smooth foundation in the relationship. Because the same way from a man's perspective that I want to be supported is the same situation in which I'm going to try to return that favor in supporting you and your endeavors, etc. And I'm not just going to be like, well, I pay all the bills, so you don't need your shoulders rubbed when you had a hard day. The bills is paid. What you want me to rub your shoulders for? That's not the conversation, right? The conversation is you had a rough day. Hey, let me rub them feet for you real quick. Tell me about it real quick. And that's the same thing from a man's perspective we're looking for. And it doesn't have to come in a material sense. And especially when a man talks about emotional intelligence or actually communicating a man who is capable of communicating his emotions, you can't use that against him as a weapon, nor can you make him feel soft for being able to express that. And that oftentimes, unfortunately, is what happens. And that's just something that we all need to be more cognizant of. Men need to be able to express their emotions more, but women have to be cognizant to not make that man feel lesser than for actually being able to express his emotions. And sometimes we fall into old traps real quick because you fall into that old monarch. Man ain't supposed to feel nothing. He's supposed to be tough. Rocks don't cry. Yeah, but that ain't how it works. So I completely understand the video. Completely agree with it in that regard.
What you got, Fred?
I mean, I agree, but like the cleanliness part, that's like a deal breaker for me. Like, if you ain't clean, I cannot be with you zero, like at all. Like, I got nightmares of that. So that I can't deal with it. But can I cook? Yeah, I can cook myself. I can clean myself. But you can't come to my house and stay with me, and I'm gonna do all the cooking and clean on my own. That's my whole thing. And then you make an entire mess the entire time. But as far as just, is it something you gotta bring to the table? No. But if I stay in my house and you stay in your house and I go to your house ain't clean, what's the chance you're gonna clean for me when you get to my house? Zero. So, for me, like I said, the cleaning part is really a deal breaker. I don't care about the cooking because a lot of people can't cook, but I can deal with everything else.
What say you, Tori?
I think it's a partnership. I mean, I'm not a fan of these roles, and expectations. I would say that I'm a pretty busy person. I do like to keep my house organized, but I have a housekeeper, and that's something for years that I didn't think, we don't do that, and a friend of mine that is a busy entrepreneur was like, girl, I got a nanny. And I was like, man, I'm gonna try that. So yeah, I have somebody that comes in every couple of weeks that helps me out, while I'm out doing other things. If I'm with someone, I think that we can share the responsibilities around the house, financially, all of it. I mean, it's a partnership. I don't necessarily need a man to take care of me in that way. However, I don't want to make him feel like he can't take care of me, if that makes sense. So, because I know with some men that's a big thing. They want to feel like, that they're bringing something to the table and protecting you. And so I don't want to make someone feel like, no, I got this, nah, take care of me and I'm gonna take care of you too, and I think that's the way it should be. But I don't want to assign duties and chores.
I agree. Yeah.
I'm grown.
It's Tori, you're sweeping the floor, okay?
No.
Hey, I don't know. I want to see Tori go out there and watch the car.
Right.
Like Rose, though.
Look, I'm driving to a car wash.
No.
Really. Drena, what you got?
I think the reason that women talk about it so much is because, like you said earlier, like it's what has been talked about for generations. Like, can she cook? Can she clean? Like, and can we have sex? Like, so that is what a lot of people feel like. What else do he want me to bring? So now, if there's new requirements, if the bar has been moved, like you got to let these people know, because for years it's been okay for them to just have those things.
Yeah, Adrian.
Hey man, y'all on your own with that. I appreciate all that cooking, cleaning. You feel me? Like I like that. I look for that. So I could cook, but I don't want to. I don't like to. You know what I'm saying? I wanna go out and get the bacon. I guess maybe I'm the type that's banging on my chest. I want to bring it back. You know what I'm saying? I want that. Like I want that type of support. I want that type of love, because I'm gonna run through the brick walls for you. That's just me. I believe in gender roles. You know, I believe in the old school. I believe that just helps us. And I feel like we need to get back to that a little bit more. But like I said, that's me. You know what I mean? I don't expect anybody to subscribe to my way of thinking or how I feel about it, but I don't care either. So yeah, y'all do y'all.
And that's why you chose the wife that you chose, because it works for y'all.
If that worked for you, you know.
And I'm kind of with you, Adrian, because I do like the roles, because I ain't cutting no grass, I ain't washing no car, I ain't putting them together, I'm not fixing nothing, I'm not cleaning no bugs. I ain't doing none of it.
Me neither. I'm gonna hire people.
I want the man that I lay next to get up and do it.
I got somebody, he cut my yard every week, every 2 weeks, $35.
I want this man that
if
I'm in a relationship.
You got somebody to cut your yard every 2 weeks on $35.
I got a membership to the car wash. I drive through the car wash every week. Now I do have to vacuum it out and wipe the little stuff down. You know, I do that, but I'm just saying, you know,
I need to move back to Mississippi.
Not harder.
I need to move back to Mississippi.
I'm just looking on, if I'm in the actual relationship, we live together, I want him to do all the work. I don't
$35 every 2 weeks.
And let's not get on the Instapot. Woo.
Oh yeah, the Instapot mean.
What's Instapot?
Yes, sir.
See?
Pressure cooker.
You put your beans in there. You put your red beans and your seasoning in there, and you know, hour and a half later, you got a whole meal.
No, crock pot.
Yeah,
programmable. Crock pot is 8 hours. Instapot is like an hour and a half for red beans.
That's new to me. I know crock pot. I don't know.
Yep.
I would. Yeah, I think it's sharing roles, but one thing I don't want my man in my kitchen. Don't touch my stuff in my kitchen. I don't want nobody in my kitchen.
I'm like that, Didi.
I'll say, go on up in there, burn it up, baby.
Hey, I'm with traditional roles, but I think some of those were toxic, and I think some of them need to be looked at, right? So the expectation that a woman's role is to cook, clean, and bear children is something that we should look at. The expectation.
You can't bear children, brother. So what you mean? Look at? You can't look at nothing.
A woman's role to cook, clean, and bear children should be reviewed, right?
No,
it's in a different time.
Hold on, take the bear children, because we can't bear no children, brother. So
a woman's role. A woman's role. Try it one more time. The expectation was a woman's role was to cook, clean, and bear children.
So the overall idea, you mean? You mean the overall idea?
The expectations we had for women back in the day.
Okay. Oh, you saying overall? Because I'm like, we can't push out no kids, so you can't
bro.
even do that.
I studied that in fifth grade. Yeah,
historically, that box worked when you could provide for a family on one income.
That is no longer the case scenario in most locations. Maybe Mississippi still.
But I think it works.
It ain't like that here.
Can I finish my thought? So my point is the men role, as far as protection, could provide without assistance or help, should also be looked at. So my point is some things from a traditional standpoint are still valid, and we do and deserve to be revamped, right? Brought to the current events. And then other things we need to look at and go, you know what? It does make sense. She can work. She can vote. And in some cases, she can make more than me. So you know what? Baby, go get the bag.
But
I would pick up any slack left over here. No problem.
But where are we revisiting these at? They should be revisited in your relationship. Nothing is
Correct.
That's my point. So somebody was making a comment, 50-50 roles, no more gender roles. No. I like some of those gender roles. But the other things, everything shouldn't be brought forward, is my point. Some things can remain, other things should be re-looked at.
I think we should do away with, first of all, relationship experts. I don't think anybody's relationship other than in their own shit. They shouldn't be telling anybody what to do. And I think whatever works for you works for you.
Amen, sister.
So,
hey man, look, hey, a lot of highly paid people get psychological degrees, psychology, psychiatrists, doctors, MDs. I can't say nobody's an expert because if that's the case, we'll have to disqualify everybody.
Yeah, I'm here for couples getting therapy.
Everybody is not an expert.
No, I'm here for couples getting therapy, but like you trying to tell me that I should be this way in my relationship. Look what happened with Derrick Jackson. Yeah, he told me
I don't think he had no MDs behind his name.
But now everybody's a relationship coach, a guru. And
he had a couple STIs before his name, but I don't think he had nothing after his name.
It's dumb. Like, yeah.
Your boy.
And I think people need to choose the right partner. Stop picking the wrong partner. If you want a partner that like to share, it's somebody out there that like sharing. If you want a partner that's monogamous, it's somebody out there that like monogamy. If you want a partner that's poly, they like pick the person that fits that. Why are you trying to force people into something that they don't want to do? It makes zero sense to me. But
I don't know. Sometimes people can catfish though. You know, they will pretend that they're one way and they're really not. So I mean,
but just like Fred mentioned earlier, there was a small. You've seen something that raised the eyebrow, but you ignored it. Nobody come in and just completely like, oh no, they did something. But you're like, oh, I'll give them some grace, and that grace came back and slapped you in the face.
But the grace was a red flag.
It was a red flag. You should have left. Adrian said, I think Adrian said he gave 3 red flags.
Oh, you give him 3?
From here on out, it's 1.
So yeah, 3. I had 3 dates. So typically, I mean, unless like the first date is like super crazy, right? I mean, of course, if it's super crazy, it's like But first date, I kind of give you a little grace. Some people are nervous. Some people, you know what I'm saying? They trying a little too hard. If it's just okay, like I'm not sure. I would give you another date. If the second date is better, then okay, cool. Now the third date, now you should be who you are. Like you should be comfortable at this point. So that's where the real evaluation gonna come in at. And if it's I'm good. All right, peace. 3 dates.
1 red flag, I'm done.
I just know
that 1 red flag is the one that comes. It's gonna come back and get you. Yep. You ignore it, and you're gonna be like, "Dang, I should have listened to that red flag."
Yep.
Because here we are. Could have saved some time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just think about any date anybody you ever dated. It was something that happened, and if you would listen to that 1 red flag, you would have saved yourself a whole lot of time and heartache.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I might let 1 go, but we're gonna talk about it. That's your 1.
Right.
That's your 1.
Mm-hmm. And it's gonna come back to get you. I promise you. Just think. Just remember back in the day. It happens. But y'all, this is the part of the show where we will let you guys tell us what you got coming up. If you want to promote anything, we want folks to follow you on social media. Let them know where they can come find you. If you want to promote an event that you got coming up, a book, or whatever you got, let the folks know. Breeze, we'll start with you.
Oh, this is gonna be real easy. Nothing. I came on here. My brother reached out to me. I volunteered my time. I probably got some explaining to do after this show. Some beer buying, some dinner cooking. Hey, I'm a man, but still.
Oh my God, you are funny.
Hey, there's probably gonna be some conversations. Look, invite me to the next one. We can recap the conversations after this.
But you like that smoke though, right?
Hey, you know what? So here's the thing. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I tell people, I've said all the time, I need a 51-49. I need a partner, that female, that got that feminine energy. 51% angel, but damn that 49%. Woo! That keep me going, baby. Woo! Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, I like a little bit of crazy. I just got to be crazy. It's not stab him while he sleep crazy. It's more like, scratch his car,
bust your window out.
No, don't bust my windows. Don't bust my windows. Keep the damage below 500 threshold.
Oh, so just key it.
Yeah, a small section. Small. I can go to Lowe's. I can buy the little paint stick. Just small section. God. But I know you meant. I know I hurt you though. So.
Are you sure you like reevaluating your choice?
Hey, no, I'm good. It's worked for me this far. So once again, I appreciate everybody. Thank you. Nothing to promote. On to the next.
What you got, Fred?
Oh, nothing. Just I got this little thing I'm trying to build up called Bro Let's Gauff. It's kind of like doing a online presence, just uniting just the golf community with amongst my my friends of all shades and colors, and the clothing brand behind it, and my other clothing brand, Marks 11. Check us out, marks11.com. The site is up and growing, so that's about it.
Okay. What you got, Tori?
Well, me and Drena actually have something to promote. We are co-hosting with another partner of ours an event called Gulf Coast Brunch Festival. It's going to be November 12th. We got a stellar music lineup. We have some great food vendors that will be there. We did this event last year and it was a great vibe. So if you like brunch and good music, this is the event for you. You can get more information at www.gulfcoastbrunchfestival.com or hit one of us up. Right, Drena, you got anything to add?
Right.
Okay.
Definitely Gulf Coast Brunch Festival. I'm excited. We ruffled some feathers last year. we made some people mad. They even created their own event to go up against ours, but we won't promote theirs. But yeah, we're excited. We're looking for more food, a few more food vendors, but we have all our musical lineup, and I'm excited about that.
Look, this year we're gonna send them bottles like Charlemagne.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what you got, Mr. GC?
Same old training. Actually training a company, helping them stand up their organization. So I'm helping them build their culture. So I got some exercises that I'm doing with them this week. So yeah, it's pretty fun. They really enjoying themselves. And if anybody need training, coaching, anything of that nature, hit me up. www.gentlemanscouncil.com. I got you. I'll let you, boy. Check my website out.
I need some home training. You provide this?
Hey, know your strengths, know your weaknesses.
Listen.
Dee, what you got?
I'm sleepy. I have next Saturday I will be doing my annual photo shoot in Miami, so y'all be on the lookout for those. Pray for me because I'm scared, but it's okay. I'm gonna get through it. But for y'all who don't know, I do an annual photo shoot every year. They go viral. It's crazy. This is how I get lots of bookings. So I do these extravagant, over-the-top photo shoots. Last year I did it with a live tiger. This year I'll let y'all know what it'll be when it comes out. So, on October 7th will be my Athletic Hall of Fame induction ceremony for my high school for track and field. So I'll be back in my hometown, Bristol, Pennsylvania, to do the ceremony. And I am hoping that we start filming again next month for the film that I am in on Netflix called The Fallen. So be on the lookout for that to come out hopefully soon. We'll be filming episode 2, and Netflix picked up the pilot, and we're just waiting to start filming again.
Be doing big things, sister.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. And as y'all can see on the screen, the audio version of the Breaking Barriers podcast will re-air tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Black with No Chaser Radio. So please download the app if you have not downloaded. If you missed any part of the show, you can listen to it on your way to work on the app, or you can watch it on YouTube again. Make sure you subscribe, turn notifications on YouTube. Make sure you tell the people about the show so they can go subscribe as well. And if you'd like to donate to the Breaking Barriers podcast, our Cash App is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. If you want to be a guest co-host on the show, let us know. We'll bring you on. We love guests. And if you have any topics that you want to talk about, please send them to us, DM or instant messenger, and we will talk about it. We appreciate y'all guests. We thank y'all for coming and spending some time with us. You guys were awesome, and we are out.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.